Alright, what's up, Math 8? Today we are doing 3.6, which is writing linear equations. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. This is right off the back of 3.4, which was slope-intercept form. Basically, the idea here is to use different things to rewrite equations into slope-intercept form. Alright, so let's get started. So one thing that you may see, and you will see, I guess, in this section is equations written in point-slope form. All right, and just so you are aware of it, point-slope form looks like this. All right, we're not going to focus too much on point-slope form, but we are going to worry about making sure we know what it looks like. All right, so y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. All right, and then our goal with point slope form is typically going to be just to get it into slope intercept form. All right, so our goal is to get to slope intercept form. Which would be y equals mx plus b. All right, that's what we're looking for here. Okay, so let's get going on an example of this. All right, so it says write an equation in point slope form. If we look at number 1, sorry. By the way, this is on page 222. All right, so write an equation in point slope form for the line that passes through -2, 3 with a slope of 4. All right, so we'll go back to our starting standard equation for point slope form. All right, and we just want to go ahead and plug in different things here. All right, so things we can plug in for here. M is still, it still means slope, so nothing changes there. And we can also plug in for y1 and x1. All right, and we're going to use this point that they give us to do that. All right, so we have y minus our y value for that point, which is 3, equals m, which is our slope, and they tell us the slope is 4. And then we have x minus our x value, which is -2. All right, and -2 would be the same as adding 2, right? Okay, so that is our new equation right there. All right, now we can use this to go ahead and simplify this down to slope-intercept form. All right, so we're going to solve it just like we would solve any other equation that we've looked at in the past. All right, so we want to distribute here. All right, so that'll get us to y minus 3 equals 4x plus 8. And lastly, we want to isolate the variable y so that we can get to slope-intercept form. All right, so now we have y equals 4x plus 11. All right, some key things here. You're solving for the variable y. All right, you need to isolate our variable y. And that's the main idea of slope-intercept form, is that y is isolated. Okay, so whenever you're working in these, you want to get y by itself, and then that'll make it extremely easy to put it into slope-intercept form once you've done that. All right, so this is your equation right here. Go ahead and try out Got It Problem A and see if you can do this yourself. All right, if you need to go back in the video and rewatch how I did example 1 here, which goes into example 2, go ahead and do that just to make sure that you have this down. But this is a really good thing for you to know how to do. Okay, so now we can look at example 3. This is kind of the same idea, right? The difference is instead of getting a slope in one point, we get 2 points that we have to find the slope from. All right, so it's just an extra step onto what we just did. Okay, so our points, we're going to call them A and B. You don't have to, but that's what I'm going to call them. All right, so our point A will be 8, 1. Our point B will be -2, 9. All right, our goal here is to write an equation in slope-intercept form. All right, so the first thing we need to do is we need to find our slope between these 2 points. Okay, so as a reminder, our slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, so we'll go ahead and plug in. All right, our y2, I'm going to use 9, okay, which makes our y1 1, and that goes over -2, which is our x2, minus 8, which is our x1. All right, now I can simplify this, so 9 minus 1 on top is 8, -2 minus 8 on bottom is -10, and then I can continue to simplify. 8 over -10 is the same thing as -4/5, so that's going to be our value for m. All right, now we need to write an equation in point slope form. Okay, so if I go back to point slope form, we have y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. All right, now I can plug points in. Remember, y and x stay the same. We can change y1, m, and x1. All right, so what we're going to do is pick either one of these points. It's totally up to you. I'm going to pick point A. All right, so I'm going to leave y the same, and then I'm going to have minus my y1, which would be my y value from the point I selected. So 1 equals m, which is our slope that we just found right here. Okay, so -4/5. And then x stays the same. We have minus our x value up here, which would be 8. All right, now we can simplify. Okay, so now we're back at what we did in the first example, the same exact steps. All right, so y minus 1 equals -4/5, and then distribute. Okay, so -4/5 x, and then that'll be plus 32 over 5. All right, and then our last step again is to add 1 to both sides. All right, so that'll cancel there. We're left with y equals -4 over 5x, and then plus 32/5 plus 1. I'll just tell you what that is. That's 37 over 5. All right, you're not expected to know how to do that in your head, although it is a good thing if you do know how to do it. If you did, great. But the main idea here is that you know how to get from 2 points up here all the way down here so that we can get into slope-intercept form. All right, so that's the most important thing here, is that you know this process. Okay, so to help you work on this process, we're going to go ahead and do C. Do that on your own, and then after you've done that, you can resume the video again. All right, and actually once you've done C and you've figured that one out, you can actually be done for this video. That's going to be it for today. And then we will go over all these examples in class, as well as a few more examples to really just work on these new skills. All right, so thank you for watching the video. Thank you for taking notes, and I will see you guys in class.